can see the height of the building, the panorama building that it's housed in, so that gives you an idea of the sheer scale of that painting. To think that it goes a full 360. Oh, I've got to make my way up there. Old unfit dodge. We'll see how we get on. I think in the summertime they have all the reenactors and what have you going on in this part of the ground, giving displays. So come with me. Keep off the grass. Right. Let's just see what it says. How many steps? Steep staircase. Good level of fitness recommended. Not suitable for persons suffering from heart problems or dizziness. That is what we're going up. The information board here. Braine-l'alleud. The Lion's Mound was built between 1824 and 1826. So basically it's 10 years after the battle. Dedicated to the soldiers who died on the 18th of June 1815 and commemorates the spot where Prince William of Orange, the heir to the throne and Commander-in-Chief of the 1st Corps of Wellington's army, was wounded. It supports an imposing cast iron lion weighing 28 metric tons. A stairway with 226 steps leads to the top of the mound at a height of 41 metres from where the battlefield site can be admired. The lion is protecting a globe representing the earth and symbolises the return of peace to Europe. There. Right. No point in hanging about. Let's go for it. Okay, off we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa. So we get to see the height. How long before we're looking down on the panorama building? Starting to see the battlefield. Hotel 1815, Le Haye Saint, the fortified farmhouse. Right in the centre of the battlefield. And up we go. Oh, my legs are starting to get tired. Not sure I'm even halfway. Keep on climbing. Just excuse me, stopping for a breather. God, my legs are starting to feel like ton weights. I've hardly climbed anything. Tell you what, it's not great if you don't like heights either, like me. Whose idea was this? And it's slippy, it's been raining. Hello. Bonjour. Thank you, merci. Another stop. It's probably the steepness of it. If anyone knows Clifford's Tower in York, I'd say it's twice as high. Oh, man. Nearly there. was a health warning, wasn't there? So unfit. Let's go. Oh, tell you what, I've got a really bad headache. Could do with a shop selling paracetamol. What's paracetamol in Belgium? The Dutch. When did it? Look, last few steps. I got the lion mound to myself. Whew. Right. Binoculars. Let's have a sit down. So I've made it. Top of the world now. One to tick off the bucket list. Been to Waterloo. Not fully ticked off yet. Oh, blimey. I imagine it's very busy up here in summer. €1 to use the binoculars. So let's get this on my wrist. So straight in front here, the farmhouse that was fortified, La Haye Saint, defended by the King's Legion, King's Royal Legion. And the French cavalry came up in the massed ranks up over this land where the buildings, the car parkers, was like the top of the ridge, and on the other side, we'll see as we go around, that's where they formed the Allies formed the squares. Got an ambulance here, an emergency car. Here we have a diagram. Yeah, there's the lion, and as we pull back, you see at the rear side of this was the line, and there's the road, the crossroads, the British line, and all behind the ridge, all these different Allied units. The French on the opposite side of the valley, and coming in on the left, Blucher, coming to save the day. So where the people are walking down there on that footpath, that leads to Hougoumont farm, and the footpath is like the front line. It continues onto that road that I've been walking along. So all behind here, the infantry formed into squares and repulsed wave after wave after wave of French cavalry attacks. So there's a date on there, 18th of June, and I'm guessing that says 1850. Yeah, 1850, and it ends in a 10 and a 5. Look at this, people scratching the names in here. It's disgusting. And there we can see, well, I feel a bit queasy in belly there coming to this edge because the wind's behind me. So there you can see the underground museum and the skylights, obviously, but that entire area there is the size of the museum. You get a good view of the Mont Saint-Jean farmhouse there, which was the hospital, used as a hospital, behind the Allied lines. Oh, scratching all over this stonework. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. Something historic like this. It's not even nicely done, is it? What's the point? What's the point of it? Okay, and the date. You just see the lion's mouth. Just put my back, lean against. Ah, that's better. Right, so we can see the lion mouth open and his front paw on the globe. Peace has come at last to Europe. And was it another 100 years before war broke out again in Europe? I'm not sure if that's strictly true, but certainly on the sort of scale of the Napoleonic Wars, it put an end to conflict of that size for at least 100 years. Did Wellington's victory. I just zoomed in. I don't know if that makes it any clearer. The lion facing the battlefield with his paw on the globe. Yeah, the French lines all across there, all across the valley. What I would like to do is go to where the old guard made the final stand and protected Napoleon so he could get away. Over here, the town of braine-l'alleud. Braine-l'alleud. I think I've said it right. I'll stay zoomed in anyway. The panorama building once more. And there's a couple of brasseries. Restaurants, bistros. Right, we're going to make our way down the steps. Okay, are you ready? Don't think I'm going to film too much of this. I'm going to keep hold of the handrail. I think that's the best idea. We go down. Has been raining the night or yesterday, I don't know. But there's water on these steps, so it's a long way to tumble. When you think of how many hands have held on to these same handrails in the 110 years since it's been built. Not akin to building the pyramids, I know, but must have took an awful lot of manpower, a lot of shovels. So from here, which is like more or less the centre of the Allied, like I keep saying British line, so the Allied lines, gonna walk that track to Hougoumont Farm. Now Hougoumont Farm is a part of the battle that has always really interested me. A battle of this scale, there's so many stories and subplots to it, so many mistakes and errors and opportunities that came and went during the course of that day, during the course of the 18th of June 1815. Chances for the battle to be won by both sides. But that's the fog of war, and especially Napoleonic warfare. I would think visuals would be very hard to determine exactly what was going on. But when we go to Hougoumont Farm, that was the first major assault in the battle. The previous evening, there had been tremendous rainfall, and it turned the ground into a bit like a quagmire, very muddy. And Napoleon had to wait. He was in his advantage. He knew he'd sent a third of his army to get between Blucher and Wellington to stop them joining up. He sent Grouchy and 30,000 men to form that barricade, that barrier. Napoleon knew he couldn't defeat the joint armies, so he had to take on one and then turn his attention to the second. What a lot of people don't know is that the 2 or 3 days prior to the Battle of Waterloo, there were a number of smaller battles, each more or less inconclusive. There were armies drove another army from the field, but they didn't pursue that when they had the upper hand, and so Wellington was able to fall back to here, and Blucher was able to get his army back together, though separate. So Grouchy was sent with a third of Napoleon's forces to act as a barrier to stop Blucher joining up with Wellington. The fact that he failed to do that really determined the outcome of the battle, because Blucher was able to join Wellington here on this field, and together able to overwhelm the French forces. So, exit. Wrong way. Exit. Do I go back through this door and then outside to get to that road, I think. Oh, here we are at the bottom of the spiral staircase exit. Discover Hougoumont. Right, that's it. I've come back through the museum, through the gift shop, back up that staircase and back in front of the panorama building. And I'm walking down this track now. Hougoumont, 1,200 metres. About a mile. And Hougoumont was the right wing, the right flank of the Allied army. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you when I'm approaching Hougoumont. Hope you can join me for the next video. Till then, Dodger now.